Hello YouTube, my name is Nero. Today we have some Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, and ever since the March 14th update, I've been reading reports from fans saying that Raven Software has secretly changed a few weapons here in Modern Warfare Remastered, giving them a bit of a rebalancing, if you will. Most of the reports that are coming in point at certain weapons having their fire rates reduced. The most common weapons I'm actually seeing are the M4 Carbine, the AK-47, the AK-74U, and the MP5. Of course, there are other claims out there, but these were just the most common. I was pretty skeptical at first when I was initially seeing these reports, because these are some of the most common weapons in Modern Warfare Remastered, and they're some of my personal favorites to use, and I haven't noticed any changes personally. I decided to put these weapons to the test and compare their fire rates from when the game first came out to how they actually are today. How I did this was I found a YouTube video by Hector Low, which was actually posted on November 7th, where he showcased all the weapons, their reload animations, their inspect animations, and the sounds they make, of course, here in Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. I then compared that footage with the footage that I personally have recorded over the past couple of days on March 18th and 19th, and just to prove that I'm using new footage and not old footage, I was sure to record everything on the new map Daybreak, which of course released on March 14th. My conclusion is that none of these weapons have actually had their fire rates altered. I've even seen some claims online saying that they have simply changed around the audio files on some of these weapons to make them more in line with what they were like back in Call of Duty 4, but I'm not even hearing a difference in sound. But of course, I'm not just here to make claims and not back them up with evidence, so I'm actually going to show you guys some examples here in this video. Here is going to be the MP5 from November 7th. And here is going to be the MP5, which was recorded today on March 19th. And of course, here are going to be both weapons actually being fired simultaneously. Now, as a caveat going forward, there may actually be a bit of a discrepancy between the fire times in both of these clips, and I think it's due to something called frame rounding. Now, I don't know exactly how frame rounding works, and if I have the wrong term completely, let me know down there in the comments, but basically, there is going to be a 1 or 2 frame discrepancy between Hector Low's video and my video, simply due to how they were actually recorded. I mean, I can actually record a clip of me shooting the M4 in one game, and then me shooting the M4 in another game, and it's difficult to actually get those two to line up exactly perfectly. There's always going to be a 1 or 2 frame difference in the audio. It's always near impossible to line them up perfectly, but just know they are always at the exact same length. Just keep that in mind. Here is another example. The AK-47 back in November. And here is the AK-47 here in March. And here are going to be both weapons being fired side by side. As you guys can see, they're pretty much the exact same. Even the sounds don't sound any different. The final one I'm going to be showing you guys is going to be the M4. So here is it going to be back in November. Here is the M4, of course, here in March. And of course, here are the M4s being fired simultaneously. So we can conclude from this evidence that the weapons themselves haven't been changed whatsoever. Their fire rates are the exact same, their sounds are the exact same, and their reload times are the exact same. Now, I will say one weapon is actually different, and that is going to be the Xml Ar. They did change up the reload, but they did actually put that in the patch notes. The big rumor that's going around here is they changed around some of these weapons on March 14th and did not put them in the patch notes, which is just simply not the case. And the big question for me personally is, why are there so many people claiming that these are different, right? Because if it's one person or if it's 2 people, then I can usually ignore it. It's just 1 or 2 people that maybe had something odd happen, right? But I've had dozens of people tweeting me that these weapons have been rebalanced since the March 14th update. I've also seen a lot of posts on Reddit regarding the exact same thing. And then, of course, going through all the comments on the Reddit posts as well, it's like, wow, there's a lot of people that actually believe this. I wonder if it's a matter of rumors spreading without anybody actually doing any testing, right? One person makes a Reddit post saying the M4 has been nerfed, and suddenly you have a couple hundred people believing that and then spreading that rumor around, and before you know it, everybody has their pitchforks out calling for Amos Hodges' head. there's definitely a downside, I would say, to there being such a fragmented community this year in regards to the Call of Duty community. Like, if Modern Warfare Remastered was the only game to be released this year and had the entire community behind it, I feel as though these rumors would have been squashed immediately, with several channels posting evidence that nothing has actually changed. But since we have such a small community here for Modern Warfare Remastered, I suppose it's up to people like me to go ahead and make these videos. I did do a comparison video regarding the M4 carbine back when the patch first hit on the 14th, because that's when the rumors were starting to circulate. I tested the M4 carbine, I tested its fire rate and its sound, and it turned out to not be changed whatsoever, and actually posted the video on March 14th as unlisted because I didn't feel as though it deserved its own entire public video. There was a small rumor going around at the time, and I tested it, turned out to be false, and I just wanted to make sure people were aware of that and actually show them evidence, so I posted an unlisted video. Even after linking people on Twitter, which basically that was a Twitter exclusive video, I kept getting replies saying, well, maybe not the M4, but the AK-47 has definitely been changed. It's very noticeable. Just get on, use the AK, it's very noticeable. You know, or the same thing with the MP5, same thing with the AK-74U, and I continue to get tweets about this and continue to see posts about it on Reddit or people talking about the sounds being changed, so I figured I would squash all these rumors right here and now, make this video to let everybody know that no, nothing has actually changed. All the weapons are pretty much the same here in Modern Warfare Remastered, even after the March 14th update. The only weapon that actually has been changed, of course, is going to be the Xml Ar, and they actually showed us that in the patch notes. They changed up the reload slightly. That's the only thing that's actually changed. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all I have for you guys here with this video, squashing some rumors, but this definitely does inspire another topic, which I think I'm going to save for an entirely different video. Should they actually make some changes to Modern Warfare Remastered's multiplayer, right? Because they're definitely going to be changing up a lot of things when new attachments come to the game, or when new weapons come to the game, or when new maps eventually maybe come to the game. It's definitely going to change up the meta of the game, so why not change up the weapons, right? I see a lot of people talking about that, so I figured I will weigh in on that in another video, because that's definitely going to be a pretty long topic, or at least I feel as though it's going to be a pretty long topic. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.